Hi, my name is Emily. I'm 32 years old and I work as a nurse in a busy city hospital. My job is to take care of sick people, and even though the hours are long and exhausting, I truly love what I do. Helping others gives me purpose and joy. For a long time, my life was simple but lonely. I didn't have a boyfriend, and I lived by myself in a small apartment. After work, I often visited my mom, who lives in a peaceful village. She's elderly and needs some help with daily chores, so I liked spending time with her. My days were quiet and predictable until something unexpected happened. One day, a new doctor joined our hospital. His name was Daniel, and he was 30 years old, 2 years younger than me. Daniel was tall, with dark brown hair and warm hazel eyes. He had a friendly smile that could light up a room. All the nurses admired him because he was not only kind, but also very approachable. At first, I didn't think Daniel would notice me. I'm not glamorous or fashionable. I have short hair and prefer simple clothes. I told myself he wouldn't be interested in someone like me. But to my surprise, Daniel started talking to me. He would ask how I was doing and always made an effort to smile at me. One evening, as our shifts ended, Daniel offered me a ride home. I hesitated, but eventually said yes. During the drive, we talked about our lives, families, and favorite things. I felt comfortable and happy around him, something I hadn't experienced in a long time. After that, Daniel began driving me home regularly. Sometimes he'd bring me a cup of coffee at work, and we'd sit together during lunch breaks, sharing stories and laughter. I found myself looking forward to seeing him every day. One weekend, Daniel asked me out to see a movie. We both had the day off, so I agreed. After the movie, we took a walk in the park and talked for hours. I couldn't stop smiling. I started to think that Daniel liked me as much as I liked him. But a few days later, my happiness turned into confusion. Daniel approached me with a serious look and said, "Emily, I need to tell you something important." My heart raced as I listened. "I'm married," he said quietly. I was stunned. Daniel explained that he had been married for 5 years to a woman named Rachel. They didn't have any children, and he confessed that their marriage wasn't happy. He said they had grown apart and didn't share much in common anymore. He told me he felt alive when he was with me, and I made him happy. I didn't know what to say. I cared about Daniel, but I didn't want to hurt anyone or ruin a marriage. My mind was a whirlwind of emotions. A few days later, I saw something that made my heart sink. I was at the supermarket when I heard Daniel's voice. He was with a woman, and I realized it was Rachel, his wife. She was stunning, tall, elegant, and dressed in stylish clothes. They were laughing and seemed so happy together. I quickly left the store, feeling heartbroken and confused. If Daniel was so unhappy in his marriage, why did they look so content together? I couldn't stop thinking about it. The next day, I confronted Daniel at work. "I saw you with your wife at the supermarket," I said. "You looked happy. Why are you spending time with me if you're happy with her?" Daniel sighed and said, "Emily, it's complicated. Rachel and I look happy on the outside, but inside, it's different. With you, I feel free to be myself. I don't want to lose that." I felt torn. I liked Daniel, but I knew this situation wasn't right. I decided to take a step back and think. I talked to my best friend, Sophie, who always gives me honest advice. She told me, "Emily, you deserve someone who is fully available to you. Don't settle for less." Her words stuck with me. I realized I needed to make a choice that respected both myself and others. A week later, Daniel asked to meet and talk. We sat on a bench in the park, and I told him how I felt. "Daniel, I care about you, but I can't be in this situation. You need to figure out what you want in life. If you're unhappy in your marriage, talk to Rachel, but I can't be part of this." Daniel looked sad but nodded. "I understand, Emily. I just want you to be happy." As I walked home, I felt a mix of sadness and strength. It wasn't easy. but I knew I had made the right decision. Life is full of tough choices, and sometimes doing the right thing means letting go of something you care about. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share. Remember, always choose what's best for your heart and mind.